Welcome to another episode of Muscle and Fitness Raw. I'm Dr. Jim Stoppani, and I'm coming to you from the 2009 annual meeting of the American College of Sports Medicine in Seattle, Washington. Today's episode is on a tip you can use for your calf training. I'm here with researchers from
Armstrong Atlantic State University in Savannah, Georgia.
And this is
Dr. Bob LaFont.
Dr. Brian Riemann.
Jamie Eidman.
The researchers presented the study titled Comparison of Medial and Lateral Gastrocnemius Activation during heel raise exercise performed with 3 different foot positions. Let's let them explain what this means. So Bob, can you tell us a little bit about the study?
Most people who are walking into a fitness center for the first time and ask about the best way to train calves, they're told that they should do multiple foot positions, turn their toes in, is going to hit the lateral gastroc, or the outside of the calf. And then if they were to turn their toes out, that's going to hit their medial gastroc, or the inside part of the calf. But the fact is, no one's ever really looked at this in terms of muscle activation and whether or not those foot positions are really making a difference in which aspect of the gastroc, which part of the calf is really doing the most work.
Let's let Jamie tell us how they performed the study.
Each subject came in and we hooked them up to the electrodes on their medial and their lateral part of their calves, or their gastrocs.
And the electrodes will measure
muscle activity. From there, we took them over to a 1.5-inch block, and we put 30 to 35% of their body weight on their back with a straight bar. And they raised up on their toes for about a second, and then they lowered back down for about a second. We looked for about 10 good repetitions in the neutral, the internal, and the external rotation.
So again, that's neutral, toes in?
Yep, toes in, internal rotation, toes out.
Toes out.
Yep, for external rotation.
So Brian, can you tell me exactly what you guys found?
What we found is that for heel raise exercise, it's the inside of the gastrocs that's dominant during the neutral stance, when your toes are pointed straight forward. When we go to a toes out position, the medial or the inside of the gastrocnemius is also dominant. For the toes in position, we did see an increase in activity on the lateral head, or the outside head of the lateral gastrocs. And so our data basically supports that wisdom of having to do calf raises in multiple positions.
So basically, toes in will hit the outer calf or outer gastroc. Turning the toes out will hit more of the inner head of the gastroc. So let's go to the gym and see what this means for your calf training. As the Armstrong State study found, the way you turn your feet during calf raises can make a huge impact on your calf development. Let me show you how. First, a quick anatomy lesson. The major calf muscle is known as the gastrocnemius. It forms the upside-down heart-shaped muscle you can see on a set of lean legs. The inner calf, or medial gastroc, is located here on the inner portion of the calf. It makes up the bulk of the calf muscle mass. The outer calf, or lateral gastroc, is located here on the outside of the calf. Although the researchers studied standing calf raises, their results apply to any calf exercise where the knees are fairly straight, such as this recumbent calf machine. They found that doing calf raises with the toes straight ahead, or the neutral position, hits both heads of the calf, but the inner head gets a little more of the emphasis. This may be due to the fact that the inner head has a larger muscle mass, and therefore is likely stronger. When you turn your toes out, you hit even more of the inner calf, or the medial head of the gastroc. But when you turn your toes in, it takes the emphasis off of the inner calf and places it on the outer calf, or the lateral head of the gastroc. Since most guys need to bring up their outer calves, I suggest that you start each calf exercise with 2 sets of calf raises with the feet turned in. Then finish with 2 sets with your feet in the neutral position, or toes pointing straight ahead. This will hit both heads with a little more emphasis placed on the inner calf. Be sure to use this tip the next time you train calves, and be sure to look for more great tips like this on other episodes of Muscle and Fitness Raw right here on muscleandfitness.com.